We begin today with an attack. Armor glinted and pennants fluttered, each bearing 3 white crosses. First they prayed, then they purged the faithless. The church was as merciless as it was fanatical. Okay. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Going Medieval. We're being attacked, which is great. There's 15 enemies out here, which is kind of nuts. We do have 12 settlers now, which is good, but 15 enemies attacking us is a lot. And it's during the night as well when we have everybody sleeping. So everybody's going to be kind of far apart. Some of them are going to be in the manor. So some of them are at the opposite end, and it's archers at the opposite end of the settlement right now, I think. Well, yeah, more or less at the opposite end. That's going to be great, is what that's going to be. That is going to be swell. Let's get all the archers to the walls. Let's get all of you guys out to there. And let's sincerely hope for the best is what we're going to be doing, because this raid is going to come in pretty quickly. They've actually already started. So we're going to need... We have got some archers in the walls already, which is great. Let's move Baudry to there. Let's grab you 5 and immediately focus that target. And let's see if we can't maybe deal with this in a good way. Let's see if we can take them out nice and easily. Now, the good news is we have got more archers arriving. So let's grab all of you, and all of you focus on that guy as much as you possibly can, because this way we can take them down before they even get to us. And that means... No, we can't target that one. That's fine. Target you. Why can we not target them? Why can we not target them? What's going on? Come on, come on, come on, come on. No, 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 no. Right, target that guy. All right, just target anybody at this point. Let's just see if we can take them down. Target this guy. He's got a lot of health. That's okay. We're doing okay. Target Baldred, I guess, and see how it goes. Their archers are doing a fair bit of damage, but we're okay. We haven't sustained too many injuries yet, so I'm not super stressed about it. And it looks like it is just going to be their archers that are left. So we'll move down here and we'll start firing on the archers out there. And there we go. So we killed 12 of them. And we can keep firing on the archers who are going to start fleeing, but they're going to be kind of slow. So we'll probably take these 2 down. Maybe. Oh, we got that one as well. Oh, are you going to turn around and attack? No. Okay. So these guys are okay. My foot soldiers are doing all right, and my archers managed to take everybody out as well. And that's good. That's fantastic. That was actually a pretty clean raid, if I'm completely honest. So that makes me happy. And this is a good opportunity to introduce everybody to Elota, or Elota, who is the newest settler to Thatcham, where things are going very well, you might have noticed. I have made a couple of changes between episodes, though. I have gone ahead and opened up the walls on these smelting areas, because it turns out putting things like furnaces and kilns inside brings their production rate down to 60%. So opening up these walls means that they are outdoors but sheltered, and that gives production of 100%, which is fine. I also changed the layout a little bit, and we've just, rebalanced that ever so slightly. I've also gone ahead and built a couple more of these houses, which are looking okay. I'm not the biggest fan of them. They definitely could be a little bit better, but they serve the purpose that I wanted, and that is to give people individual bedrooms, which I'm hoping, yeah, so slept in own quarters is a +8. So that's actually fantastic, and that is something that we're going to want more of. So we're absolutely going to need to build more quarters for everybody. And I'm also wanting to see, is there anything we can do with brewing stations? Can a oh no, hold on. Stonemason or sewing station. Damn, I thought I could make a workshop out of that. Library, church, temple, bedroom, shared bedroom, great hall, spare room. Okay. So what I want to do, I think, is I want to get a few more of the brewing stations, if I'm honest. So I'm going to get rid of you. I'm going to copy you. And I'm thinking we're going to try and just get 4 of them in here is what we'll do, because we need more alcohol. We absolutely need more alcohol. So we'll take that one out. We'll grab this one. We'll copy it. We'll go 1 there, there, and there. Oh, hold on. There. And that will be good, I think. That means that we can get more alcohol, hopefully. It means we can get more vinegar, which we were certainly using. And just hopefully, in general, this improves the alcohol production, because that is something that all of my settlers need. They need drink. They need alcohol. They like it. So, you know, it makes them happy. So let's go ahead and get some rough wine going. And I'm thinking we're just going to do that until we have like 110 of it, or 100. And that'll be fine. Then we'll do ale, which needs barley, admittedly, but that's okay. We'll do until about 100 of that. Then down here, we'll do beer. And we'll do until we have about 100 of that. And this one is going to be vinegar. And that's going to be until we have about 100 and, yeah, about 100 of that. So it's not going to be produced right now, but that'll be good. That means we can make all of those a little bit more regularly. We just kind of need barley, which we are growing. So we will hopefully see some things start getting produced there. We're also seeing these buildings be completed, which is great. So we'll go ahead and start putting up a few more of these in a little bit, because I do want everyone to have their own quarters, like I said. But I also want focus to be put on finishing all of this mining. And why is Baudry unconscious? What happened to you? You are not in pain. You're just tired. So you just didn't get any sleep. That's something I'm noticing a lot as well, is that my settlers aren't getting a lot of sleep. They're working through the night, which is weird because I've changed up their schedule a little bit. They have 3 hours free before and after work to do whatever. So it is kind of weird that they're not, you know, breaking from work. So I guess what I'll do is I'm going to put leisure straight before and after work. And I want to see if that maybe breaks the cycle a little bit, is what I'm thinking. So they work up until 6 and then they're forced to go do something that's, you know, related to leisure. That way they're not just carrying work over into those anything hours. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. I'm hoping it works that way. If it doesn't, it's going to be a little bit weird, but we'll find out. We also have a bunch of research, by the way. We have a lot of textbooks and a lot of chronicles. So we can go ahead and start grabbing some things. We could get preserving food 2 is probably not a bad idea. We could get research 3, which I want, but I'm not thinking we need right now. So let's just go for, you know what? I like the sound of a mace. So let's get a mace and let's get some shields. And that'll be a bit of everything. And now that means we can go, so that's a stonemason's bench. Aha. So this is what I'm looking for. Let's go ahead and put smelt items for metal down there. And let's make a two-handed mace. A one-handed mace and a shield seems like a really good idea. It really does, doesn't it? Like a one-handed mace, short sword. Let's cancel the short sword, cancel the berdiche. Let's go for some maces and let's make... We have 4 foot soldiers, so we'll make 4 of those. And then in terms of the shields, I'm not 100% sure where they get made. I actually don't quite remember. So it's not there. It's not there. Where do we make... Oh, right here. Wooden shields or wooden buckler. I feel like 4 wooden shields wouldn't be a bad idea. And I'm thinking I'm going to put those to the top. I've also got some other things in here that you might notice. I've got the mail helmet and armor queued up as well. But we'll get those wooden shields made because I think they're going to be kind of useful. Even though they might not get made right away, it'll be nice when they do eventually get made so that we can, you know, kit out the foot soldiers with maces and things like that. And it's Thor's hammer again. Fantastic. We have a thunderstorm. Aethelman's also unconscious again, for God's sake. Why? Why don't you sleep? Okay, so it's 8 o'clock. My settlers can do anything. And what is Aethelman trying to do? Well, he's unconscious, but he's trying to get resources for something. Once it turns to 9, which it is now, everybody should be going to sleep. Which it seems like a lot of them are. Aethelman, being unconscious, might actually just stay there. That is a... no, he's going to sleep as well. Baudry is getting resources right now. And Ilatsa is out here mining. I'm going to recruit and then unrecruit, you, so you go to bed. Baudry is hungry now and is now going to sleep 2 hours later than planned. I feel like I've got everything too far apart. I genuinely feel like that's part of the problem. Is that they have, beds out here, beds in here, beds over here. I feel like what happens is a lot of them just end up sleeping really far away from where they're working. And I think that's causing problems. I really do. I really think having them sleep so far away from where they work is causing some serious issues, because we're really regularly seeing this problem where it's like, hey, your settlers are exhausted or they're starving. And I look at it and they have food available. They just don't really care. And it's a little frustrating. Now, what are we trying to make here? Barley for that. That's fine. Beer. That's vinegar. That's the wine. Can we get... I really want someone to start making, like, wine. This is something that I would really like to see in this game is priorities on stations. I think that'll be a really good idea. So that you can say that, maybe for now, I would say that, meat production it's something we want to do, but the priority on this is, normal. Whereas the priority on making wine would be higher, would maybe set it very high. So that way, even though I think the skill needed for both of these is, I have no required skill, none potentially, whatever it is. What is that skill actually? Is that a thing? I might just be cooking. It doesn't really matter what it is. The point being that it means that within that skill, so obviously I can set the priority of individual, like, tending, convalescing, hunting, like tasks, right? It would mean that you can further micromanage cooking. So you can say that, Goldina is a priority 1 cook, meaning Goldina is going to cook a lot of things and is mostly going to do that. But then you would have the option of saying, hey, right now, amongst cooking, brewing is more important than butchering. I think that would be good. I think that'd be really useful. I think it'd be a really good way to manage certain things. I'm also thinking that we really need to get someone dedicated to hauling, because with all of this ash just laying around and all of this, rotting vegetable piles just laying around as well, it might not be a terrible idea. Because as it stands right now, Ilatsa is a hunter and a miner. And I'm going to say that you don't do crafting at all. And I'm going to say that you also... your carpentry's not bad. But I almost want to say I'm going to just turn everything off. And I'm going to say that you can steward and haul once you're done with mining and hunting. So that way, Ilatsa might very well become the go-to person for moving everything. And we might start to see things get a little bit more organized around here, which I think is really important. Because the environment around here is hideous. We have stuff just laying everywhere, rotting everywhere. We have, just piles upon piles of linen laying around. We have a bunch of herbs laying around which aren't being put into storage, which they kind of need to be. Speaking of storage, by the way, this little underground space here really does need this clay floor put down, because you'll notice it's quite empty down here. And that's bad. That is very bad. That's part of the reason that we're struggling with things like food, because raw food isn't being brought down here. And then in this one, if I can click it, again, Raw food not being brought down here. Food in general. Why is that a food in general one? Hold on a minute. So we probably don't want raw food down in that one. That one's the same. This one's medical, and this one hasn't been extended yet. We had a lot of medicine down here, you might remember. It all rotted away because it turns out that putting it on the raw stone floor causes it to decompose a lot quicker. So that's something I kind of probably should have paid a lot more attention to as well. Now, what I'm thinking we can do is I'm going to turn off food down here in that one. And I'm going to say that I want iron, nuggets, ingots, and all that kind of stuff just stored down here. And I think that'll be kind of useful. And we'll make it it is already very high, so that's fine. So hopefully we'll see some things brought down here at some point and actually put into some storage. Not that we need to put, you know, metals and whatnot down into cold storage. I just think it would be kind of useful to, again, get them away from here because we have a good amount of stuff just laying around, which, I mean, that's limestone bricks, that's iron ingots. I don't think any of that's going to decompose. We have steel ingots laying around as well. So there's plenty of stuff. We're just not doing much with it. And I'm also thinking, we keep getting raided, right? I almost wonder if it would be worth putting a section of wall like here and putting a door on each side. I also really like the idea of replacing the gatehouses with stone. I think that'd be kind of cool. I just don't know how. Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. We can get limestone merlins. We can get limestone block oh my god. Oh god, that's a thing. We might need to rebuild the fort. And honestly, I've been considering it for a while. This is the thing. I don't know if that's something I want to do in this series or not, because to tell you the truth, right? I had fully intended on this being the last episode, and I think I talked about it a little while ago. This game doesn't really have an end game right now. It's kind of play until you're bored. And it's not that I'm getting bored, but it's that, you know, once we research all of this, which we're getting there, you know, eventually we'll be able to do that. There's not really much else to do. The region stuff isn't in yet. You know, we can just keep bringing more settlers in as time goes by. Keep fighting back raids, and that's cool. I do like that. It is fun. But it's also nice to have a sense of progression. There is no, like when in RimWorld, there's that sense of, hey, we're going to try and get off the planet. Which is cool. I like that. In Stonehearth, there's a progression to keep fighting tougher and tougher things. There's actually a boss kind of at the end of the main progression, and you can keep playing after that. But with this, I don't know. It's fun. I'm enjoying it, but I'm definitely feeling the absence of sort of a planned end game, and I don't want that to make me not enjoy the game. So I'm going to keep going with it, and we'll keep going a little bit. But the reason I bring it up is because I do want to rebuild this fort, but at the same time, I sort of have this idea of, instead of building just a fort with like walls, why don't we just build like one building and keep going up? You know what I mean? Why don't we just keep going higher and higher and higher with our buildings and expand it out and just turn it into this one big building with like a single, so that everything's inside of it. Every floor has, you know, you have your sleeping floor, then you have your cooking floor, your leisure floor, your dining hall up at the top or something. I think that would be kind of cool. It would be huge. You know, it would be something the size of the fort as a single building, but I think it would be cool because then you don't have, you know, people. What I would honestly probably do is, yeah, I would probably keep, so what I would do is turn this entire lower space into storage. I'd mine something like this out completely and go down maybe a few levels, which would take forever. And then I would put a floor on it, and we would do storage for like tools and warfare stuff and all that on this level. Going down a few levels, like what we've done with deep storage here, we would have this massive area for food storage, which, again, we're trying to do. I would probably keep some of this, but I would essentially build these floors out so that this entire thing would be covered except for where the farms are. That would be cut away and you have a staircase leading down to it. So this would almost be like ground level for the base, right? This would be our standard ground level. And I just think it would be cool to have this big built-up platform that we look down on raiders from. I think it would be awesome. Instead of gates, well, we'd still have gates, but you just have these big wide staircases leading up to it. Sort of a bit like Minas Tirith from The Lord of the Rings. I think you could build something similar to that in this game, and I think that would be badass. I really do. I just don't think... I mean, we could, in theory, do it here. I just don't know. I feel like that's the thing. That feels like such a cool thing to do as like a future series on this game, rather than kind of starting again in the middle of this one. This has been our first stab at it. It's been quite successful. I think if I was to play this again, I would... I think there's some difficulties. I think you have like peaceful, normal, and hard. I would crank this up to hard difficulty and try and build my Minas Tirith looking thing. You know? I think that would be so cool. I really do. But that's going to be for the future. That is absolutely going to be for the future. This isn't the end of the video, by the way. I just wanted to talk about this while it's fresh in my mind. Because I realized this sounds like an outro and like the end of the series. It's not. It's something I wanted to touch upon because this is a game that we will play in future. It's going to sort of it's going to fall into that category that games like Banished and RimWorld and Stonehearth and Software Inc. all fall into. It's going to be the kind of game that I will probably return to once per year. And I know that sounds like a long time, and it is, but at the same time, we've done how many series on Banished and Software Inc. and Stonehearth over the last, oh my god, 5 years? It's scary to think about how many different seasons we have. And then City Skylines, if you consider it seasons, is on like season 15 or 16 now. Although a few of those never got finished, but that's fine. Sorry, this wasn't supposed to turn into like a channel update kind of video, but that's kind of what it's turned into here. I do apologize for those of you that are just watching some Going Medieval and you're like, man, I just want to watch the Sattlers run around, okay? Now, I do think we'll do a little bit more research. We'll get ourselves some axes just there, and we'll take a little look and see if anything is going on over here. So, we are starting to produce shields, which is great news. And in terms of everything else, we are doing a thing, hopefully. I have already forgotten where we make things. I've completely... Where do we make maces? There we go. So we're not making them right now. We'll make them a bit of a priority. What do we need for this? Metal and fuel. Okay, well, we do have a good bit of metal, and we do have coal laying around, so we can make those. It's just going to take a little while, which is fair enough, I suppose. I'm also very tempted to just... And it's something I've done so many times. I keep canceling these mining jobs. I am very tempted to cancel this one and just be like, okay, go and... Elotsa can go and just haul things. Oh, no. We've got a hailstorm coming in. The settlers of Thatcham could only shiver uneasily, hastening under cover as the stinging barrage intensified. Once the storm passed, they crept forth to see which crops had unsheltered resources had survived. So that's everything, basically. That's good. Let's have Elotsa come over here actually and mine this out, because that's going to be a bit of a actually mine that out, because that is going to be something we want as well. There is iron down there that we're going to want our hands on, so we'll mine that away, and then, you know, gradually work our way down in here. So that's gone. I want that one to be gone as well, if you wouldn't mind. And then we'll get that one, and that'll do. We'll just let you go back and do whatever you want to do. You're probably not thrilled about being outside right now, are you? You're also not exhausted, which is good. But there we go. So we'll get that one. We'll leave this bit down here for the time being. Someone else can come and deal with that at some point. But this is at least a little bit neater now, which is kind of what I wanted. So you're going to go enjoy entertainment. We have Roderick doing some research in there. We have Jeffrey doing some research. We have Cassandra doing some research. That's not bad. That's actually, that's great news, because it means that Cassandra could be doing mining, but research takes a priority. I'm actually slightly tempted to say that I want tailoring to take a priority. Research is cool and all, but tailoring is definitely useful. Smithing is something else. So Dulcia can do smithing, but is currently prioritizing crafting, I suppose. I feel like we should have Dulcia not do crafting for now. I feel like Ethelman should not do crafting for now, because carpentry is something relatively important. Smithing as well. So Heloisa, even though you've been doing a lot of other things, I want to bring your crafting down as well. That is probably going to slow down the production of things like the bricks and whatnot, and anything that doesn't really need a skill. But it might get some production going for things like, well, anything that requires tailoring or smithing or whatever. Like at the minute, we are actually making a mace, which is good. We need one of those. We need 4 of those specifically, because as it stands right now, Uthred has a pretty basic sturdy steel short sword, which is whatever. But I would like a mace, is what I would like. I think a mace would be kind of cool. So that's kind of what we're looking for, is what we're doing. I don't know how good a mace is going to be against everybody, but it's always been one of my favorite weapons to go for in various strategy games. You have the maceman in Stronghold and stuff like that. They're always pretty tough. And if I remember right, in Stronghold, the mace sounds, when it hits someone, it sounds mean. Now, what is this? 7 back. Okay. So we want to go here. We want to go 7. We're going to go here. We're going to go 7. We're just going to lay out all of these as best we can. And this will give us 3 more individual quarters for everybody, which is going to be great. I'm not too sure how I feel about doing this sort of street thing that's going on, but we'll see how it plays out. We'll get these guys in here for the windows. We'll get the staircases, which are made of clay, and go, I want to say 1 back from the wall, the door. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 1 back from the door. So there, and there. We'll put a nice wooden floor into each of these. I think it was a wooden floor. I'm not actually 100% sure if that... Yeah, it is. So it's wooden floor in each of them. And then what we want to do is get the wooden walls and go like this, the entire way across. And I hope this looks okay. I really do. I'm hoping that from here, it's going to be a little bland because you just have these big walls with no detail on them, but I think that's okay. I think that's just kind of going to be the way it is. And it's, you know, it's nice because we have backgammon tables down there. I don't know why I did clay flooring upstairs in this place. That was an interesting choice. Yeah, that's a very interesting choice. Okay, I'm actually not sure why I did that, but whatever. We'll put the... Oh, I probably shouldn't put the floors in here. It's too late now, though, so we'll just do it in all of them. And then we'll just go ahead and put all of the windows and furniture on this as well. It would also be kind of cool to start building with stuff other than wood, but I feel like even if I did my big fancy idea with the single kind of building fortress thing that I talked about, I feel like it would still very much just be made of mostly wood to start with. Let's be honest, it really probably would. So I don't know. I don't know if this is the kind of game that you ever get away from wood construction on. Because I mean, we were talking about Banished and stuff like that a little bit ago. And that is a game where eventually the goal is to build with stone, at least in the base game. That's, you know, you start getting into mods for Banished and it just starts getting crazy. I did try. I don't know why I'm talking about all these different games in a Going Medieval series, but it's fine. We're just doing some building right now anyway. I did try a bunch of mods for Banished once upon a time. I don't know if I feel like I was gonna make a series on it and never did because I couldn't figure out the mods. But I know Colonial Charter was at least. I don't know if it is any. I don't even know if people remember Banished. You know, it's not that old. It's actually, oh God, it is actually almost 10 years old, I think. I don't know if people remember it, but Colonial Charter was a huge mod for Banished. So if you do remember it, you might remember that mod and remember that it adds a lot. It adds a lot. It's also got a lot of complexity to it as well. But anyway, we'll get these built. That'll be 3 more individual bedrooms, which will hopefully keep people nice and happy. I'm not 100% sure how long that construction is going to take, but hopefully not too long. Especially since I think we do have a good amount of 487 clay brick laying around there. That's actually not as much as I would hope for. But I'm sure it's fine. We've got, what have we got down here? 7,796 mounds of clay. Or, well, not mounds of clay, but we have a lot. We have a lot of clay just sort of laying around down there. So I think we'll be fine. We also have, what, 4 people working in construction right now? Yeah, I get the feeling we're going to be okay. So one thing I have decided to do is go ahead and give everybody priority 1 mining, even if they're kind of bad at it, because I think getting this all done and out of the way as soon as possible, it's not essential. We don't need to do all of this mining right now, but I want it done because we've been sitting on it for so long that I just feel it's the right thing to do. You know, get all this out of the way, just get this thing sort of finished. It's obviously just a big pit. You know, it's obviously just a bunch of clay, but it means that, you know, once it's done, everybody can go and do whatever else they want or need to do. What is this? Hello. We've got Clement. Hello. Oh my God, we have a scroll bar for... That's interesting. He's also brought a bow with him. It's sturdy as well. Not bad, mate. Thank you for that. Let's have a quick... Oh my God, I have to scroll this now. Oh, man. All right, well, you're good at hunting. You're actually a very good marksman. Your tending is okay. You will convalesce. You can do construction. You're not bad at it. Growing, we're not really going to bother with that. We're not going to bother with harvesting. We're not going to bother... Well, we are going to bother with mining for now. Cutting plants, meh. Cooking, I'm going to say... I actually like the idea of... I think cooking 7 can be a 1. Crafting for now, meh. We'll say smithing, meh. Research is not bad, so we'll say 1 on that. Tailoring, definitely a 1. Carpentry is going to be a no. Smithing will be a just a meh. And that's fine. We'll set those to 1 as well, and you can go about your business. In terms of scheduling, we'll just copy and paste everybody else's in there. And you can do whatever you want to do. Kind of nuts that we have so many people right now. And also another archer as well on top of everything else. It's another archer. Good Lord. That is, man, if we get raided, I think my goal is to make sure that raiders just can't get close. You know, I think that's my plan at this point. Oh, wow, this is kind of cool. There's granite down there. Now, I don't know if that's something we can mine, but I very much want to find out. So let me go ahead and get myself a little staircase just there, because I'm going to find out is what I'm going to do. I'm going to find out if we can mine that, because that would be really neat if we can. It's also just really cool just seeing this pit thing. It's kind of what I wanted this thing over here to be, which admittedly is finally starting to get there. We are on the final bits that need mined out on this thing, which doesn't seem like a big, you know, it's not a big deal. It's not the biggest, most important thing that we're going to do with Thatcham, but to have mining finished, you know, in a way, does free up everybody to go and do literally anything else. And that's kind of exciting, at least to me anyway. Now, there's so much stuff down here. Good Lord. That's a lot of, it's a lot of stuff. A lot of iron. Oh my God. There's so much of it. Now, can I mine that? Can we mine granite? You've hit bedrock. Oh, okay. All right. So this is just a pit that exists now. That's fine though, because that means that Ilatsa is going to start hauling things around. We're hopefully going to see things start going into storage. Hopefully. And that should be fine. It is also bedtime for everybody. So I'm going to select the people that aren't going to bed right now, which was Heloisa and Anwind there. So now they're going to bed. And that seems to be the way to catch them. That seems to be the way to make sure that they actually go to sleep, which is good. It also seems like they generally do prefer to sleep in actual bedrooms if they're reasonably close. So that's fine by me. That means that these things here are going to be relatively useful to have. And they're also mostly done, which is kind of cool. I gotta be honest. It doesn't look terrible. I don't think it looks terrible. I think it could definitely use a little bit of detail here. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't think it looks terrible. And I think what we could even do is go in here or go to here, and instead of a cabbage field, let's do some red currant shrubs. So let's do some shrubs right there. We'll do some shrubs right there, right there. We'll do them in here as well, right in there, and right along here. And that way we're going to have some little bushes that go alongside this street. And I think that's going to look lovely. I do. And we can also use those for wine, which is even better. So a lot of very useful things coming out of whatever we're going to call this street. It is going to need a name. I guess you could leave suggestions down in the comments, I guess, is what you could do. And I'm also wondering if Ilatsa is mostly doing hauling now. Clement is, well, I mean, you can do other things. Fair enough. I don't know. I'm hoping, I really am hoping that we're going to start seeing this place just get cleaned up a little bit. That is the hope. I'm also going to say that we should, I'm going to clear out all the trees here because it is a little bit chaotic looking. Even though some of those are ones that we've grown, I think I'm going to clear out just all of them and just try to push that forest back a little bit because it is a little chaotic. It is a little messy looking. You know, it's all getting very, very close to the buildings. And, you know, it'll be resources that we can use for whatever, really. Oh, no, we got a heat wave coming in. Okay, that's actually going to be a major problem. Let's go ahead and select all of these and switch all of them off. Let's come over here, select all of them and switch all of them off. And let's hope for the best with regards to that. In terms of scheduling, I think we are going to say anything goes at that point. We're going to say go to sleep at 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8 hours should be fine. It'll start cooling down in the evening a little bit. I'm going to give them an extra hour of sleep as well. And then we'll say leisure and then work for 4 hours. Then a gap, some leisure, then work for... Oh, I don't like that. I don't like giving them an extra bit of... I don't like giving them an extra... Okay, hold on. Flip that a little bit. We'll do leisure right there. So they can kind of do anything in the middle of all that. I don't know how well that's going to go. but we'll just paste it onto all of them so that they're all going to sleep during the day. And that'll hopefully work out kind of well for us. Hopefully. It's also hopeful that we'll see someone go around and turn everything off, which would be ideal because it is going to be very, very warm. It's currently 37 in some of these bedrooms right now, which is not good. That is very, very not good. But some of them are also going to be getting up. In fact, all of them will be getting up in just a second, I think, because they wake up at 7. So they can get a little bit of rest. They are going to be suffering from the heat, but as soon as 7 ticks over, they're all going to get up, get out of the rooms. Lotta is actually stewarding already and going around and turning off all of the heat. So that's good. That's going to stop things from getting a little bit too out of hand right there. And then everybody else is enjoying some food, which is lovely. They're enjoying some leisure as well. And looking down in here, I've also gone ahead and told them to start putting in the floors, which it looks like they've mostly done. In fact, they've completely done. And I'm putting in some lights down here as well because it's just a little bit miserable down here. So I think a few lights will be kind of nice for this storage area. I don't think lights give off heat either, so in fact we can click on it. Do they? Oh, wait, what? They do. Oh God, I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that. I mean, it's 150 versus 1500, so it's maybe not the end of the world, but I genuinely didn't know that. Okay, well that might be a bit of a pickle, but I'm sure we'll manage is what we'll do. Everybody's gone back and eating, which is nice. I think everybody's relatively happy now. They should have booze. I mean, some of them are going to be exhausted, but in terms of needs, they're not happy about their apparel and you're exhausted. You are exhausted, thirsty, ugly apparel. You are ugly apparel, so they're mostly okay. We actually have booze for them now, so I think they're certainly happier than they were, which is great. I'm also going to say, Cassandra, can you come over here and why can you not need to clear area first? What do you mean? Oh, for God's sake. No stockpile set to store this resource type. Clay bricks. What? Wait, what? Where? What? Why are we not, so I just had a moment. What? We're not storing clay bricks? We should be. We definitely should be. Let's just set up like a big sort of stockpile area right there. Clear all of them. High priority. Material. Clay brick. And that'll be fine, I guess. We'll do limestone bricks at the other side, I suppose. I mean, or we'll just do them down here, actually. What is that? 4 by whatever this is. So we'll do that. We'll clear it. We'll say limestone brick and very high priority. And that should be okay. So now if I go to you and now, hold on, I don't want to prioritize. I want to prioritize hauling. I want, there we go. So haul that to stockpile. Okay. So now we should see some of this stuff get moved into these stockpiles at some point, and bricks and stuff like that don't rot away. So that should be fine. There we go. So that'll be nice if we end up with a bunch of that. Why are you unconscious, Jeffrey? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. At least they're in bed. We've got that going for us. Uthrid, also in bed. You're not really liking the heat, but it's not really much I can do about it, you know? There's really not a lot I can do about it. Alata is unconscious. You're in bed too. Okay. That's fine. I feel like we've both achieved a lot today and also not achieved much, but whatever. Everybody can enjoy their sleep in the way too hot temperatures, and it's fine, is what it is. I think we're going to leave it there for today, is what we're going to do as well. And I think we are going to take a little bit of a break from Going Medieval. I said this wasn't going to be the end of the series. It isn't. When I say a little bit of a break, what I mean is this will probably be the last episode this week. And then we'll do more of this again starting next week, because there's a new series. This is amazing. No, there is a new series starting on the channel that's going to be daily for a couple of days. So we'll get that going, and then we'll bring this back next week, and we'll see where Thatcham goes from there. Because I'm actually kind of curious now that we have a scroll bar for settlers, and now that we have some hauling actually going on and stuff like that. I'm actually curious to see what we can do and how well we can do it, because there's a lot more mining we could do. There's a lot of stuff that needs hauled. It's kind of exciting. I'm not going to lie. I'm actually kind of excited. I'm also curious to see if people can, like, die from old age, because we have some settlers that are getting up there a little bit, I think. So we'll see is what we'll do. Also, it's 168 days from the start. The year is split into 4 seasons, which is 12 days each. So that's 48. So we are, I don't know how much we're into. What are we? 168 divide by 48. I don't know what that is. I'm not doing that in my head. 3.5 is the answer. We're about 3.5 years into Thatcham, which honestly, they built all this in 3.5 years. That's not bad. Let's be honest. That is not bad at all. It's actually kind of impressive. Now, if you could get that bed built, that would also be impressive, because then it's autumn. Then we have another bedroom, which would be lovely. And also research. Let me have a quick look here. Do we not have... Are there no nicer beds? Is that not a thing? Because aren't these just wooden hay beds? Yeah, they're... Well, I say they'd be nice. I feel like they would kind of be... I don't know. I want to say that a hay bed could potentially be comfortable. I don't know. I've never slept in a hay bed myself, but I'm pretty sure I've, like, climbed up in a hay bale before and, like, lay down on it. It's all right. It's a bit itchy. That's supposed to be really itchy, wouldn't it? That'd be really itchy. Oh God. And it would get kind of nasty after a while too. So maybe not. Maybe not. Anyway, as messy as everything is right now, I think good progress is being made. It is the start of autumn. The heat wave is over. We have these houses popping up, which look interesting. I guess they could look better, but this is what we have right now. I'm excited. I'm actually kind of excited to... I'm excited to take a little bit of a break from this. I'm not going to lie, but I'm excited to then get back to it and see where we can take this, because I don't know. I do want to get all the research, regardless of there being no end game. I do want to get all the research, and that'll probably be the point that we look to, you know, not continuing the series any further. But yeah, I want to get more of these houses built. I want to get all the research. I want to craft more things, and I want to tidy things up a little bit. So that is something we will absolutely do. But for now, that is going to be doing us for today. So thank you very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure, as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.